Some messages don't arrive on your phone. They arrive in your life. And once they do, nothing remains the same. Amara didn't reply immediately. She just stared at the screen. One line, that was all it took to shift something inside her. It changed everything in an instant. I recognize this way of speaking, but the number is completely foreign to me. How could a stranger know exactly what to say to make me feel this way? Too calm to be random. Too intentional to be mistaken. Behind her, Tunde turned in his sleep. Or what passed for sleep these days. Another escape. Another silence that required no emotional effort. The room was dim, but her phone lit her face like a secret she wasn't ready to confess to herself. She opened it again. Read it slowly. You don't have to keep living like you're invisible in your own marriage. It is time to step into the light and rediscover the person you used to be. Not excitement. Something worse. Recognition. Because the message didn't feel like intrusion. It felt like observation. Like someone had been watching what she had been enduring for too long. She locked her screen instantly. As if the words could spill into. As if silence could protect her from them. But silence had already failed her. That was the problem. Morning came without conversation, as it always did now. Tunde left early, leaving no explanation and just the sound of the door closing like a period at the end of a sentence she was no longer part of. Amara sat alone at the dining table long after he was gone. The house was quiet again. But this time, the quiet felt different. It wasn't empty. It was expectant. Her phone vibrated again. Same number. This time, a second message. I know you won't reply. Not yet. But I also know you are tired of pretending everything is fine. She stared at the phone because she had not told anyone that until this very moment. Not even herself out loud. She stood up abruptly, walked to the window, looked outside at the moving Lagos. Morning, cars, noise, life continuing without pause. Everything outside was alive. Inside her, something was waking up.
Evening, Tunde returned later than usual. He barely acknowledged her presence. He dropped his keys on the wooden dresser.
Walked past her like she was part of the furniture that had always been there. Amara watched him. Not angry. Not pleading. Just observing, like she was finally learning the shape of the man she married. Her phone vibrated again as she sat there in the silence. A third message. This one shorter, sharper. If you want to be heard, stop speaking to the wrong person. Amara froze in the silence of the room.
For the first time, she looked up at Tunde. Really looked. But he was not looking back.
That night, she didn't sleep. Not because of fear, not because of love, but because for the first time in a long time, someone had answered the silence she had been living inside. And worse, she was listening to them. Episode 4, The Reply. Some decisions don't feel wrong until you realize you didn't resist them, and now you have to face the truth of what comes next.